With calisthenics, one of the most important and yet one of the most neglected and underrated body part is the scapula. The scapula controls the way your shoulder blades move in certain movements. How this area is developed highly influences the strength and stability you have during your exercises. Having scapula control is important because it enables you to execute all exercises perfectly, as well as it will give you additional strength and most importantly, stability, which will make all exercises a bit easier. Some popular exercises where scapula position is important are the pull-up, where you have to retract and depress your shoulder blades, the planche, where scapular protraction and depression is needed, the dip, where you should focus on shoulder depression, and the handstand, where the scapula is elevated. Often, people do not really pay enough attention to the role the scapula plays in these exercises. When you start to consciously use the scapula to generate more strength and stability, as well as to isolate this area with additional exercises, you will see that your exercises will get a great boost. In the pull-up, for example, if you really use the scapula effectively in the first part, the stability and strength it provides will make every rep a lot easier. Also, this could be the part that is holding you back from getting your first pull-up rep. Having a good shoulder blade awareness will thus be efficient for executing these exercises. To improve this control, you can put in some conditioning exercises during your workouts, or you can work on these exercises separately. It is important to include every movement pattern that the scapula is able to do. Also because the scapular position is influenced by a lot of muscles, such as the serratus anterior, levator scapula, trapezius and rhomboids. The anatomy of this area is really complex because of all the muscles involved, and any imbalances could lead to scapular dysfunction, where the scapula can't move in its natural way. I had a problem with scapular winging, and it is really hard to indicate which muscle is causing it. I still haven't entirely fixed this problem, but my mobility did increase after I started to work on it. But to avoid these kind of problems, it is wise to work on all movement patterns. That is why I will show you some exercises. The first exercise is a Scapula Push-Up. This will work the muscles responsible for Scapula Depression and protraction. You start in a push-up position with your arms straight, and while keeping your arms straight, you retract your scapula and pinch them together. Make sure to keep your core engaged and your lower back straight. When at the bottom position, you push away the ground and focus on protracting your shoulder blades forward and away from each other. Also make sure to depress your shoulders during the whole exercise. The second exercise is a Scapula Pull-Up, working exactly the other way around. Instead of protracting, you work on the muscles responsible for retraction. Also with this one, depress the shoulders and keep the arms straight. You start in a dead hang position and then you focus on pulling the shoulder blades back and toward each other, while also pulling them down. You can do this with a hold for time or do this for reps. This will really boost your pull-ups. The next exercise is really important for overhead control and stability. You elevate the scapula by pushing down in the ground as hard as you can while in an inverted position. You can start in a pike position, then you can elevate your legs and eventually work to the full handstand position. With this exercise, you can also use hold times or repetitions. The last exercise of this video will focus on Scapula Depression. You can try this on dip bars or with some elevated surfaces such as chairs. Keep your arms straight and lower yourself to get your shoulders towards your ears. From there, depress your shoulder blades by pushing down as hard as you can and try to depress as far as you are able to. These exercises will improve your scapular stability and awareness, and using these movements consciously during your strength workouts will further improve your scapular strength and control. For example, the face pull is a highly effective exercise, and while you really focus on retracting and depressing your scapula while pulling, it will be highly beneficial for both your general strength as well as your scapular strength. Make sure to work on this occasionally to prevent any problems and boost your exercises. And if this video was helpful, I would appreciate a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.